Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Tarps Off. I'm going to be doing the review of the April 16th NHL Games. So we're going to start off with the Kraken and the Jets. This was a heavy night with the race in the East, coming down to the wire. 4 teams vying to get in. And we'll get into that when we get to those games. We're going to start with the Seattle and Winnipeg. So in the first period, Kyle Connor scores for the Jets at 10:33 from Scheifele and Morrissey. Thomas Tatar would answer for the Kraken at 18:38 of the first from Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Connor would score again from Morrissey and Scheifele yet again at 19:54 to put the Jets up going into the second period. Nikolai Ehlers would score at 2:30 for the Jets from Toffoli, former Canuck, and Neil Pionk. Yanni Gourde would answer for the Kraken at 5:11 from Riker Evans and Brandon Tanev. Ty Kachuk would then score from Yanni Gourde at 18:13 of the second to tie it up. Third period, at 11:40, Ty Toffoli, former Canuck, would score from Nikolai Ehlers and Neil Pionk on the power play. Just combine those two names there. That's how it would end. The Jets take it 4-3. Your 3 stars are Hellebuck, Connor, and Ehlers for that one. Maple Leafs and Panthers. This was funny for me because the Maple Leafs lost and locked themselves into a playoff series with Boston in the first round. So that's going to be interesting to watch, to say the least. Let's get into the action for this one between Toronto and Florida. Mitch Marner would score. This is also Matthews' second last game to score 70. And we'll get into that. First period, at 3:25, Marner would score from Riley and Nylander on the power play. Gregor would score unassisted at 11:18 of the first. Second period, 28 seconds in, Carter Verhaeghe would start the comeback from Sam Bennett and Matthew Tkachuk. Bennett would tie it up at 10:32 of the second from Forsling and Tkachuk. Reinhart would score again at 10:42 from Barkov, completing the comeback, I guess. Montour would score at 13:42 from Barkov and Tarasenko to end insult to injury. And in the third period, Sam Reinhart would score at 17:40 from Listerine into the empty net. As you hear, Matthews did not score 70 this night. Your 3 stars are Sam Bennett, Reinhart, and Barkov. Panthers take it 5-2 over Toronto. Sens and Bruins. So in this period, in the first period, no scoring. Second period, Yuri Semyuk, I don't know. First name Yuri, he plays on the Senators. He would score at 10:03 the second from Brandstrom. Chikrin would then score from Batherson and Tkachuk at 10:54 the second. Third period at 12:44, Zacha would score for the Bruins from Shattenkirk and Pasternak on the power play. And then Artem Zub would score in the empty net unassisted at 18:12. The Senators take it 3-1. Your 3 stars are Forsberg, Zacha, and McAvoy. So another weird instance where 2 of the 3 stars are from the losing team, but I just kind of thought that was interesting a little bit. Blue Jackets, Carolina. Game that had no bearing on the playoffs. First period. Luca Delbel Beluz. That's a fun name to say, just like we go back and look at it. He scores from Pieta and Werenski at 3:37 of the first. Werenski would score one of his own from Sillinger and Marchenko at 5:24. Kotkaniemi would answer for the Canes at 7:10 from Comtois and Nosen. Tervan would score from Kotkaniemi and Burns at 18:16 to tie it up. Malatesta would score from Olivier and Curley at 19:01 of the first to put the Blue Jackets back on top. Second period, Tervan would tie it up again at 10:16 from Burns and Nosen on the power play. Goudreau would score at 12:18 from Danforth and Werenski. Nylander would score in the third period, 47 seconds in from Gudbranson, former Canuck, and Ivan Provorov. And then Werenski would score from Olivier and Gudbranson at 19:21. Gudbranson also from Canuck, same guy. Blue Jackets take it 6-3. Your 3 stars are Werenski, Delbel Beluz, and Tervan. Alright, Capitals and Flyers. This one had a big bearing on the playoff race in the East. First period, Ovechkin scores from McIlrath, I don't know, and TJ Oshie at 18:08. Second period at 12:29, Eric Johnson would score from Zamula and Couturier. And in the third period, TJ Oshie would end the hopes for the other three teams, that being Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Detroit. He would score from Nick Dowd from into the empty net at 17 minutes, securing the final wildcard spot in the East for the Washington Capitals. So they'll be going to the playoffs. They also take this game 2-1. Your three stars are Oshie, Johnson, and Ovechkin for that one. So, here you go. Red Wings and Canadiens. Red Wings need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive, but that wouldn't matter. First period, Newhook would score at 11:32 from Brendan Gallagher and Logan Mellix. Anyways. At 18:29, Moritz Seider would answer for the Red Wings from Larkin and Raymond. Second period at 6:17, Gallagher would score from Yoel Armia and Jaden Struble. Caulfield would score at 10:09 with the second from Slafkovsky and Suzuki. Veleno would score from Gostisbehere and Sprong at 10:45 for the Wings. Sprong would score at 3:31 unassisted, tied up. Slafkovsky would restore the lead for the Habs at 12:46 of the third from David Savard. And then David Perron would tie it up at 19:55 from St. Gostisbehere. I was at the sports bar in Vancouver at Rogers Arena when that goal went in. A lot of people cheered, so I guess there's Red Wings fans in Vancouver. Overtime, no scoring, and then the shootout, Patrick Kane scores the winner for the Red Wings. They take it 5-4. Unfortunately, their playoff hopes are done. Your three stars are Gallagher, Slafkovsky, and Newhook. All Habs. Oh well. Alright, moving on to the Blackhawks and the Golden Knights. It's about what you expect. So first period, no scoring. Second period, Braden McNabb scores from Thomas Hurdle and Pavel Dorofeyev at 16:25. Third period at 7:13, Michael Mario scores unassisted. At 16:02, Jason Dickinson, former Canuck, would score from Connor Bedard and Philip Kershev. And then Nick Waugh would score at 18:24 from Howden and Eichel into the empty net. Vegas takes it 3-1. Your three stars are Logan Thompson, Braden McNabb, and Michael Mario. They will be going to the playoffs. I believe they figure out their playoff opponent tonight, whether it's going to be Oilers or the Kings. I think. You in fact should check me on that, but I'm pretty sure I might. I'm recording this 2 days after this. Anyways, last game of the night, my favorite one, Vancouver versus Calgary. As I said before, I was at the sports bar for this one. So Thatcher Demko back in net for the Canucks, and here's how it went. First period at 12 minutes, Tyler Myers would score from Teddy Blueger and Elias Lindholm shorthanded. Niels Hoglander would put one in at 13:28 from Elias Pettersson and Eli Mikheyev. Second period, at 1:58, Dakota Joshua would score his 18th of the year from Connor Garland and Tyler Myers. He's been a big piece of this team. Please re-sign him. Third period, at 10:56, Braden Paschal would score from, or Paschal, something like that, would score from Kadri and Soloviev, sure, to cut the lead to 2. And then at 15:02, JT Miller would restore the 3-goal lead from Pia Suter. Vancouver takes it 4-1. They secure the Pacific Division Championship. So, yeah. Let's go, Vancouver. Your three stars are Thatcher Demko, Tyler Myers, and Dakota Joshua for that one. Anyways, that is it for the 16th. So, yeah, hit like if you liked it. Subscribe if you really liked it. If you're a Vancouver fan, you will. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios.